Hi, welcome back to my channel. I go by the name of Nala Bricolage, and today I'll be reviewing episode 2 of BET Presents The Encore. Alright, so episode 2 picks up where episode 1 ended, where Aubrey was labeled decisive. No, the word is divisive by Kiely. So once the ladies go back and forth about that, and basically this episode lets us see why girl groups that are brought together where they don't have a relationship from the beginning, why they tend not to work. But it'll unfold as I talk about it. So yes, Sita pops up and lets the ladies know that there will be something called a queen for who they can vote for. They can vote for queen. The queen is in charge. She has a mandate that she has to follow, and she has to keep the group together and make sure that they make their goal of recording the album. And one of the stipulations within this queen's mandate is that each of these women have to be featured on 3 songs together. So there's 9 of them. Yes, I'm including Kiely. And out of 9 of these women, they have to do 3 songs together at least. So, of course, the ladies, start voting. And, of course, Miss Kiely Williams votes for herself.
I'm gonna vote for myself.
Like, she was literally her only vote. She's such a narcissist, isn't she? But anyway, so Shamari counts up the votes, and voila, we end up having the queen. So the first queen is no other than Pamela. The ladies chose Pamela because they think that she's fair, and she's a person that takes other people's opinions into consideration. So basically, they don't want to work with someone that will power trip them. So I find that was a wise decision. So then after that, the ladies head over to the studio where they meet up with Cosign and Elijah, and they have to record a reggae song. But I will say that I find this kind of weird. I don't know if it's editing, but why are they going into a studio to record a song so early on if certain vocals aren't up to par? I feel as though more focus should be on vocal training, building stamina to perform. So having like dance classes or even like a boot camp for workout, so they can build up their stamina and endurance. But anyways, so yeah, the ladies are in the studio. Everyone has a particular line to cut. Yeah, the usuals, the good singers did well, and of course, Misha and Irish needed some work. More so, Irish needed the most work. Misha, like, I can definitely tell, like, when she was in the studio, you can hear that she still has her voice there. I don't know if they smoke or if the sisters smoke or anything like that, but what I can tell with Misha's voice is that she just needs some more vocal training. So she needs to be doing lip rolls, the oohs and the ahs to get her vocal muscles up to par, because her voice is definitely still there. So it's only a matter of training and practicing. Irish still needs a lot of work. Irish was never like had a powerful voice, but she can sing. If you're a fan of 702 and you listen to the album, there's certain songs where she also has lead. So definitely I feel like the focus should be on improving the areas that are the weakest. So for instance, Irish and Misha should be in vocal training daily. The other women that aren't up to par with choreography, like Nivea, Irish, and Misha, and who else am I forgetting that is not up to par with the choreography? But just focus on those things, and then get people leveled out and stuff like that. Because I thought it was kind of weird when Irish was in a booth and she was like, she wants to learn more about her vocals. I'm like, ma'am, you recorded 3 albums with 702. You should know your vocals by now. If anything, you just need to know how to get back to that point, because Irish can sing, Exhibit A right here.
But I just can't get too close to you, 'cause my heart won't lie. I gotta be by your side. I don't know how to tell you, but I think that you should know.
So we need to get Irish to this, close to it, or even self better. Who knows? So, of course, here comes the drama because we're not gonna have an episode without any drama. So, as the ladies are in the studio, Aubrey gets comfortable by putting her hand on Pamela's knee. I did notice, like, you know, how the cameraman was angling, had that angle to where it becomes very visible to the viewer to pay attention to the fact that Aubrey's hand is on Pam. That rhymes.
Just so you know, it's nothing that I'm very. Just so I'm letting all y'all know I'm not. I'm the one that's very careful with touchy feely because people be thinking that you like women. So I'm very careful with it, you know, like because you was just leaning, you know, your arm was leaning here, and you did that. That's why I was like, let me just move for a minute. But receive anything.
Everybody.
I know. No, that's it has nothing to do with you. But I gotta be vocal because back in the day, I was with a woman. You know what I mean? And that's something God delivered me from.
So Pam lets it be known that she's not comfortable with Aubrey hand's placement on her knee. Matter of fact, Pam lets it be known that she doesn't want anybody touching on her because she ain't about that life anymore. Which I thought was strange. I'm like, someone rest. Okay, what Aubrey did do, Aubrey did caress her knee, you know, but I felt like Pam's reaction was a bit over the top. Maybe it could have been because her congregation is watching the show and she doesn't want anyone to think that she's reverting back to old behaviors. But yeah, so I just thought it was so funny when that happened and Aubrey was like, okay, you know, she doesn't take no offense. And Aubrey's in a confessional and Aubrey's like, I don't know what Pam is thinking. It's not like I'm trying to eat her box. So Pam lets it be known she ain't eating boxes anymore. She doesn't plan to. She's a woman of God. And Aubrey lets it be known that she don't want to eat Pam's box. So I think both ladies are safe in that house because nobody wants to eat anybody. Or maybe. Because Shamari is kind of slick. Because Pam goes up and lets Shamari and Nivea know the little altercation that happened between her and Aubrey. So I would call it knee-gate. And yeah, Shamari was like, you know, good for you, girl. Good for you for setting your boundaries and letting people know. But I thought it was so interesting because I remember while I was watching Real Housewives of Atlanta when Shamari was on it, Shamari dibbles and dabbles in the lady pond. So I don't know if it was editing or whatever, because even in that stance, you know, Kiely also admitted to being bisexual. So I just thought it was really weird that, you know, Shamari didn't mention it. But anyways, not a big deal or anything like that. So of course we go to my comic relief. Like, guys, I just have to take a moment to just say how much I appreciate Nivea on this show. I always love Nivea, but I didn't know her personality was so vibrant, naturally funny, and her facial reactions. Like, guys, we need to start making gifs of Nivea because Nivea gives us the best facial expressions for everything that is going on in that house. It's like she be saying and thinking what we be thinking just with the movement of her face alone. So I just wanted to put that there. So of course, we have another element of drama happening. Lamisha happens to overhear, which twin was it? Yeah. So Lamisha happens to overhear Kiely and Fallon talking bad about her in Irish and basically saying that they're not up to par, that, you know, they don't know what they're doing. And Fallon straight up even said that they can't sing. And I thought that was, you know, a bit harsh because clearly these women can sing. They've been singing for many years. If anything, their voices are rusty at this moment and they need vocal training. So at this point, I feel as though like I don't want to hear complaints about what people can do. I just feel as though if you can do something good, you should be helping out your team player, because at the end of the day, you all are working on an album and it's important that you all sound good, you know? So it either means writing songs that are in the right key for a person's voice to handle, waking up in the morning, going on the piano and having vocal training with Lamisha and Irish. At this point, I feel like the ladies shouldn't be pointing out their flaws like that if they're not helping them improve, you know? So I think that at this point in time, the ladies need to come together and get it together. Pun intended. So, of course, after Lamisha hears that, she goes to Nivea and Shamari and lets them know that she wants to leave the house because she doesn't want to be in a group where there are people who don't want to work with her.
I don't want to work with anybody that does not want to work with me. Okay. That's the end of it. But listen to what it is.
But I want to work with you, and we want to work with you. It don't matter what they want to do.
Listen to this, though. At the end of the day, there's a reason and there is a purpose that you are here.
Yeah. I felt really bad because I can see that she was hurt by it, you know, but Shamari and Nivea are so freaking sweethearts, such sweethearts, just basically, and Pam, of course, Pam was there as well, but they basically reassured that she belongs here and it's a journey, you know, that it's a process and everyone is gonna grow and just like, you know, improve and learn from each other. And I really love that moment, because that's basically what the group should be about, is encouraging each other and bringing out the best out of each other. Because I can imagine if you haven't been singing consistently as the other women have been, and you're in a situation where everyone keeps pointing it out as opposed to encouraging you or showing you ways how to get the best out of your voice, it can be discouraging, you know, and make you even self-nervous to perform. So I'm very happy that the ladies had encouraged Lamisha enough to where she felt comfortable to stay. Because at the end of the day, the twins don't run it, Kiely don't run it. It's a group effort, so that's what matters. So once that was cleared up, Pam decides to hold court. So now the court session happens. Pam takes off her crown because everyone is queens, not just her. And she basically talked about the fact that no one should be feeling bad, or they shouldn't be, you know, bullying or picking on each other and stuff like that. And of course, she came in with a very loving spirit. Misha wasn't having that. Misha was like, let's just get straight to the point. The twins and Kiely were talking about me and Irish, saying that we can't sing, saying that we shouldn't be here, and blah, blah, blah. Then Felicia is like, what? I didn't say that. So Felicia was like, she's tired of getting blamed for things that Fallon says. But then Fallon owned up to it. Fallon was like, yeah, like you guys need a lot of work and stuff like that. But hold on, shit takes a whole different course, because then Kiely starts to speak. And Kiely directed her speech towards Pam, and basically she was like, and Pam, I used to stand for you, but now I no longer stand for you. And I was like, what? Like, Kiely was trying to have a moment, guys. So Kiely basically said that she didn't like the way how Pam addressed Aubrey, that her way of telling Aubrey that she doesn't want to be touched and that she's now a delivered woman came across very homophobic. And I'm like, in what world does Kiely live in? First voting for herself, then making up the assumption that Pam is homophobic just because she simply told Aubrey she doesn't want to be touched. I'm like, I can't make the connection. But yeah, Kiely's attempt at coming at Pam didn't work. You know, Pam handled her gracefully. And also the other women were like, Kiely, she did not say anything that was homophobic or anything like that. So Kiely gets shut down, as she should. So in the midst of the Queen's Court, Kiely and Felicia get at it. Felicia calls Kiely a two-faced bitch. Oh, wow.
Why did you come here?
I'm still trying to figure out what your place is in the house. Because you got so much to say about everybody, but you don't even have a place. What's your place? You don't want to be in a group. You're obviously not creative director. So what are you?
Interesting.
A shit starter? Turns people against each other and tries to make it seem like she's the one that's trying to fix it all. Kiely, you're literally being a two-faced bitch.
But did she lie though? Did she lie? She didn't lie. Because Kiely was just basically sitting down there talking about how she wants the group to work and that how, you know, she wants like everyone to work together. And Felicia's like, girl, you talking crap, because it's like you be talking shit behind a people's back, and then now you're here in front of everyone and you're trying to act as if you're the peacemaker and the person that wants to fix whatever is falling apart, but you're the person that makes things fall apart. So Felicia wasn't having it that day with Kiely, and she let her know that. So once that happens now, you know, good old Aubrey wants to record this album. Aubrey wants to get shit started. I feel like Aubrey is the only one that I feel as though is like really wanting to get the project done, as in by not just saying it, but like taking the necessary steps, taking action. So basically what Aubrey did was like, okay, let's all just work together, find a medium where everyone can be themselves and can shine in whatever way that they're most comfortable shining. So she comes up with a vision board, and it's really nice, you know. Like from what I get, what they're going for is not going to be like crazy choreography or whatever, but like, you know, nice movement, nice placement of like each other amongst each other and stuff like that. So Miss Aubrey has her presentation where she's sharing her vision board, and the ladies love it except one. And we all know, we don't like, even if you didn't watch this episode, you ain't gotta guess who took issue to Aubrey's creative direction. Kiely. So Kiely was super sarcastic the entire time, like, oh wow, blah blah blah. And then Nivea makes a valid point. Nivea is like, Kiely's not singing, Kiely's not creative director, because all the women like made mention of the fact that Kiely kept saying that she's creative director, and she hasn't brought forward anything. And here we have Aubrey, who essentially is in the group, and she's helping with the creative direction. And in a matter of like less than a day, Aubrey came up with something to present that's actually something that the ladies like. So the women ask Kiely, like, girl, like, what's up with you? Is it like you're not giving any creative direction, you're not singing, but then you're always in the studio recording, and you're like in dance lessons and vocal training. And basically Irish made a valid point. It's like, if you're not going to be in the group, why are you taking up like extra space and extra time that can be given to someone else? And then Keely's like, she doesn't really know what to say. Or she says like, no, I don't want to be in a group. And then the women are like, girl, like, if you don't want to be in a group, why you here? Why you here? Kiely Williams, why you here? We all want to know why you there. Because you're actually not really the creative director. So what's going on? What's going on, sis? Why you there? So once that happened, it's basically like Kiely on one side, then all the other women on one side. And you can tell that Kiely started to feel pressure, and she started to feel sad. But I didn't feel bad for her, because she put herself in a predicament. Like, the women have been continuously telling you like, come join the group. You don't want to join the group. You talking all of this crap about your creative director, but you're not creating anything but drama. That's the only thing Kiely been creating, drama. So believe it or not, Felicia stands up for Kiely at a certain point, because at one point it was just like, you know, all the women telling Kiely about what she's not doing. And, you know, it basically seemed like a uneven playing field. But I didn't feel bad for Kiely, because Kiely really put herself in that position. But Felicia was kind enough to extend a sense of humanity and be like, okay, guys, you know, yeah, like, I don't agree with everything that Kiely has said and done, but we all don't need to be coming at her at once at the same time. So that was really nice. And Kiely was like, "Oh my God, Felicia! Like yesterday you called me a two-faced bitch, and now you're standing up for me. Like what's happening?" So extra with it. So basically, yeah, that's where things end. Was a lot of drama this episode that basically gives us insight into why a lot of girl groups do not work out in the long run. But I will say episode 2, was giving. It surpassed my expectations, which is a good thing. And I didn't have low expectations for the show or anything like that. I'm just saying it's really entertaining, it's fun, and I'm enjoying it. And I just hope that they really put out music, because I don't want this to be like one of those shows like, like in Love and Hip Hop, these people always talking about the recording, but we never hear the song drop. So it's just like all smoke and mirrors just for storyline. I really hope that these women put an album together. And guys, I can give you a little tidbit. Kiely actually ends up in a group at some point, and the reason why I know this is because I watched the interview that she gave with Entertainment Tonight, where they asked her if she recorded any new music, and she basically said yes, she recorded new music for the show. So that means at some point, Madame gets her stuff together and she's gonna be on the album. Next to that, I would say that okay, I like the element of the drama, but I also want them. I hope that in the later episodes, there's more focus on, the music. So seeing them, working together collectively in the vocals and with the dancing and just gelling together. Because one thing that I do feel as though is needed is that they need to be doing stuff together as well that generates team building, because by doing that they get to know more about each other and get to understand each other better, and in that way they can work more towards the goal of recording this album in a more seamless manner. I love the show, I love what it's giving, and I really hope that every episode the focus is generally on making that album and seeing the women work together. The drama is nice and is entertaining, but at the same time, we need a good balance where we want to see women work together and come together and give us something great. So that was my review of episode 2. I hope you guys enjoyed it. You guys let me know, what you think Kiely Williams is there to start shit, to record the album, or a little bit of both. Thank you for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe if you haven't already. And once again, thank you. I go by the name of Nala Bricolage, and I'll see you next time.